All right, all right, all right.
Oh God.
Welcome to Egg Foo What? First and only podcast about people eating stuff. I'm Mike Lisk. Or am I?
All right. The only thing worse than hearing that is seeing that. That is jarring. I almost wish I had been old enough, and I wish I'd been in Vietnam so I can make the joke that watching you do that was my Vietnam, and I was in Vietnam.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But you
Hello,
knew who I was.
once again, another episode of Egg Foo. What? And that great opener by Mike, sponsored by Texaco, or sponsored by Matthew McConaughey and whatever he's peddling.
Hey, don't sell him short. He's on the campaign trail already.
Is he? I thought he
you
gave
know,
that up.
no, he every once in a while he makes a comment just to stir the pot,
Yeah.
It's amusing. But
Yeah.
the dam is broken.
Yeah.
And anybody can run for president now. So everybody can have that dream.
Yeah. Yeah. People used to say anybody can be president. Nobody actually meant it. Now it's like, yeah, anybody can fucking be president.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be aspirational.
Yeah.
But
I just watched the Albert Brooks documentary on HBO.
Ooh.
I had some quibbles.
I need to go back and rewatch it because I felt like it was like before I was settling in and loving it, and it was over. I felt like it was super fast.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean, I had some quibbles.
Oh boy.
Some of the interviewees were a little dubious. No?
Like who?
Did we need Brian Williams?
Oh yeah. Well,
they needed to get a news guy in there because of broadcast news.
That's true. Why Brian Williams? Is he back from exile? Is this his coming out party?
Well, yeah, he
I didn't even make the connection. Oh, it's broadcast news because I don't know. I was just like, oh, it's Brian Williams. I guess he likes Albert Brooks.
He pops up, I think, maybe more than anybody else. Maybe he's right up there with Larry David.
Yeah. I mean, every time, Roy Scheider did an interview, was he a shark? Like, I don't know why. I don't know what joke I was trying to make there.
Our guest is here.
Look at that.
He's buffering in.
Oh,
there he is.
Where's the dog?
One and only.
You can't show the dog and then no offense that it's just you, but I mean
I'm on the road right now, so the dog is staying with her grandma. I would love to show you my dog.
What's her name?
Edie, like little Edie Bouvier.
Well, shout out to Edie.
I wanted to see your new haircut, but you're hiding it.
Now the most interesting thing is the beard cut.
Yeah,
it looks great. The beard, the close shave is great. It looks good.
Thank you. Looks a little better than last week. It's coming back in. All right, let's do a hair reveal. I never thought it would come to this.
A hair reveal.
Wow. You're handsome. That's a handsome man right there.
Get out of here.
Look great. I like this.
You set yourself up with the hat.
Talking.
The problem about wearing a hat is taking it off, and then you're a mess,
Look who just sewed up favorite guest ever. Just like that.
Only guest.
But so anyway, yeah, we were talking briefly about the Albert Brooks documentary.
Well, this is radio, not TV. Let's introduce our guest, Mike.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Let's not be rude.
I thought I said the one and only Chaki.
We're not all actually from Jersey. We all can't get away with it.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I have some makeup in my hair and beard from last night's show still, so it's not gray hair. It's makeup.
Okay. I was wondering what was going on there, but that
explains it.
Yeah, distinguished. Looks classy. Nice.
I haven't seen the Albert Brooks documentary yet. I really want to. My mom loved it.
Yeah. There's some. I was telling Greg. There's some interesting choices for the people who they interview. Some people they leave out. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld, I guess, didn't make the cut. I was expecting to see him on there, but no, just Larry David. No, you know what really let me down the most?
Oh, no, why were you expecting Seinfeld? Are they buddies?
I don't know. He's one. They tried to get all the big names in there. They had Letterman. They had Chris Rock. They had Conan O'Brien. What's going on with Conan's hair? His hair, his hair in this documentary. You're talking about your hair, Greg. What did you think of? What did you think of his hair in that documentary?
I should recuse myself. No, I mean, he's talked about his hair for 30 years.
Yeah,
and
no.
Two, it's not fair when I show up looking like this to bash some other guy's hair. I don't want to be.
Hey, I'm trying to boost your esteem. I mean, your hair isn't on that level. So I don't know what was going on. I guess there was no hair and makeup that day. I don't know. But
So
I just thought that
beef.
some of the interviewees I could have done without. I just mentioned Brian Williams. And why no mention of Super Dave? I wish there was a little more Super Dave talk. I think they did a documentary on him before.
Great. I always wondered, I was like, why didn't they do more movies together? They only had that one scene in Modern Romance, which to me is easily the weakest Albert Brooks film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that movie, and everybody was in ecstasy about that movie.
Miles. I've had decades of people yelling at me, "Oh my God, you have to watch mine." I'm like, all right. Finally watched it a couple years.
What do you think the best one is? Real Life?
Lost in America.
Okay.
Either Lost in America or Defending Your Life. I'd probably go Lost in America. Yeah.
Lost in America makes it for me for that scene at the unemployment office. Where he's talking about his salary, and the guy's just like laughing at him about what he can expect from his current lineup of jobs.
Yeah.
But
Modern Romance is the only non-A of his canon, I think. Like Mother and the Muse, I think, are great. Like, I don't know.
Mother's good.
They're not often mentioned in the same as his other classics, but both of those are great. I think.
He's a real a-hole in Modern Romance, and like it's like you kind of get exhausted watching such a jerk, right?
Yeah, it's like poor man's Woody Allen, which is, Woody Allen can be, grating at times. So just
like 2 hours of him being anxiety ridden and neurotic, and I'm like, all right, we get it. Like,
and treating women badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen that. I held off on that movie for a long time, and then when I finally saw it, I'm like, why are people touting this movie? I didn't get it at all.
Well, I think finally I realized that his brother was in it, so I was like, oh shit, of course I'll watch it, and then that's what made me finally watch it. And then disappointing.
Well, Chaki reached out to me after last week's episode, and
I'm sorry. Have we said his name so people know who we're talking to?
I just said his name now.
Okay.
Is there something wrong with the connection?
Just trying to be professional, Mike. I apologize. Won't happen again.
But he reached out to me after last week's episode, so I wanted to introduce a new segment with him called A Listener Responds.
Since that mail hasn't been flowing in about getting life advice from us.
Well, I'm a devoted listener, and
thank you.
I when you know how it is when you listen to podcasts, and sometimes you're screaming at your listening device, like I gotta respond. So I left Mike a long voice message on Twitter, which you can use that. You could do voice messages on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's great. Should I just get right into it, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, this is, the first, only, and best podcast about people eating food. And so I figure like you guys should be some sort of, connoisseurs of food or experts on the subject. And
you think so?
You said, and you said when you got your Big Mac salad. Let's go back to the Big Mac salad, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And you said you got it with no sauce. Who knows what the Big Mac jingle is? Does anyone remember?
All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Special sauce. It's part of the recipe.
Yeah.
So And then you said there's tomatoes. They made tomatoes like a happy face. There's no tomatoes on a Big Mac. Anyway.
I added the tomatoes.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
The lack of sauce is what was concerning to me. And Mike, you even mentioned that Jason Gore was also concerned about this. So it was kind of just like a meat and cheese salad. It wasn't a Big Mac. A Big Mac has a sauce. But anyway, we go forward. You talk about how you got the chicken McNuggets. Again, you said you just went in dry. You raw dogged them. No sauce.
Oh. Hey, girls. And gentlemen.
This set off more alarms in my head, and I'm like, okay, no sauce on a Big Mac, no sauce on chicken McNuggets. What's going on with this guy? Then this is the kicker. Strike 3 for me.
Uh-oh.
Am
I getting kicked? Is this my you're fired?
No, I just need to talk. I just need to get this off my chest. I need to get this off my chest.
I'm with you.
You said you got a baked potato from Wendy's and you ate it dry. You ate a dry baked potato. No butter, no sour cream. So I'm like, okay, this guy has an aversion to sauce. This is a sauce. This guy doesn't like sauce
or flavor.
I think sauce is such an important aspect to these meals. So it's concerning to me. So I wanted to get into your brain about the lack of sauce. And Mike, this is frustrating. Mike just like, oh, you didn't get any sauce? Okay. Next time.
Well, after all these episodes, I'm kind of used to his unusual. Let's just say unusual.
Well, I like that. Maybe this is a different perspective.
To food. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
This is a unique perspective on food, and that is what makes this interesting. But can we just go into your aversion to sauce, please? That's my listener concern.
Number one, thank you, loyal listener. Number one, I appreciate the passion about minutia of food and everything. And I'm always screaming at podcasts. So I understand and I'm with you. Number one, the baked potato, to be honest, usually I drown my baked potato in butter. Like usually.
Good to know. Okay.
Usually I would make a joke like, oh, a little potato with my butter, maybe it'd be a little funnier than that, but I don't know what it was. Maybe I'm getting older, but when the baked potato showed up, I just started eating it and I was like, that's fine, But if I've had 10,000 in baked potatoes in my life, 9,999 have been absolutely disgustingly drenched in butter.
Okay, so I'm painting an unfair picture here of a sauceless man.
No,
Chinese... it's a fair
it's a fair
criticism.
Point, but counselor, if you'd let me point by point. No, it's a fair thought. It's a fair point, I think, if you listen. The McNuggets, I've just never. The only sauce I kind of like is ranch. But I love the McNuggets enough. I'm like, do I love the ranch enough to add, and it sounds silly, adding calories? Like what calories are in the ranch? That is the ranch going to be what brings me down? Or is it the Big Mac and the fry? But, which is the same thing I do with salad. Usually when I get a salad, about as often as the Comet Kahutek comes around, I just don't bother with dressing because it's fine, but I don't need it or care about it. So I'm like,
so you eat dry salads.
Well, I was going to say, there is moisture from the tomato.
Yeah.
Right.
If I had to,
there's moisture from the meat. If
I had to, I would do a little ranch. But otherwise, I'm fine without salad dressing just because I just don't care about it enough. I say that about calories, and I say the same thing with the chicken nuggets about I just don't care enough about the sauce for the calories. But at the same time, if you asked me, would you like us to dump 20 McNuggets on top of your salad? Yes, please. So, but
now when it comes to the Chinese food,
I'm sorry. But one final thing.
Oh yeah,
I get a Big Mac, a regular Big Mac, not a salad. I do get it without the sauce at this point because 2 reasons. The sauce is fine, but the sauce really destroys the integrity of the Big Mac because you pick it up and it just starts. Part of why it just crumbles so fast is that sauce, and the sauce is everywhere. So next time I get the Big Mac salad, maybe I'll try with the sauce, because next time I shouldn't have gotten the added patty. I got an extra patty. There was a need for that. So
how's that viral video going?
yeah, you asked for a viral video, Mike. So far we're up to, hold on, let me check. 11 views. 11. So
No, I thought you were going to do a video with the whole Big Mac salad.
I'm on it, Mike.
Oh, okay.
How about stop riding my ass? How about that?
Did you see the viral video with the Detroit Lion player who takes his McFlurry, his Oreo McFlurry, and dumps it on a McDouble cheeseburger? That went viral.
Yeah, no thanks. So have I set your mind at ease? Like, it's a little, like, I'm not totally
I have an additional question. The Chinese food. Do you just get that fully sauced? Do you ask for the sauce on the side?
Side. Like if I get sweet and sour chicken, sometimes I'll just ask them not to pack the sauce because I'm not going to eat it.
Okay. Right.
Sometimes they'll get confused, so I'll just ask for it on the side and throw it away. But
all right. So this sauce aversion hasn't been a lifelong thing. You don't hate sauce. This is kind of like a health thing. This is kind of a little this, a little that. Well, so okay, but okay, this isn't put my mind at ease, but it was concerning. It set off a lot of red flags, and it was enough for me to come talk to you face to face. So thank you very much.
I appreciate the concern, but the irony is this whole show is based on a dish for which I'm very clear is made or not made by the gravy.
Drenched in gravy. Drenched.
Yeah. As much as I love egg foo young, a lot of times what I mean is I love egg foo young gravy. So in that case, I'm all about the sauce gravy stuff. But
yeah,
you know what? Now that I'm talking about it out loud, usually when I order pizza, I don't get sauce. Maybe I don't like sauce. Maybe I'm having a breakthrough here.
Maybe I'm holding a mirror up to you.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like,
I need to see my bullshit for what it is. And let me thank you.
I like to think I do that every week.
Yeah. Usually, I started this in the 90s. I would just all of a sudden I was like, "What? I don't love the sauce. I like the sauce, but I'm fine without it." So yeah,
well, this has really helped me out and opened my eyes, because when I was listening before, I was like, "Look, I want him to open his mind, open his palate to just do the sauce for the show." But Mike brought up a great point, and you're bringing in a unique perspective to the food that maybe us sauce eaters wouldn't usually have. So I appreciate it, and I want you to keep being you and staying true to yourself. So thank you for this talk.
Cool, thank you. You hear that, Mike?
You know, I know it's rather late in the game, but I don't know if I've ever asked this before. How were you introduced to egg foo young in the first place? Because it's not like a standard thing that like people gravitate to when they get Chinese takeout. So how are you introduced to egg foo young at the beginning?
Me?
Yeah.
I can't remember, to be honest. The first Chinese restaurant near us growing up was in Richmond. It's called Joy Garden. It shut down a couple of years ago. And it's still the gold standard for what I see Chinese restaurant in my mind. You know, the red plastic booths, the
red and gold.
Yeah, the Long Island iced teas and the volcanoes with 18 straws for $4. And for some reason, my brother got it when we were kids, which is strange because he didn't like eggs. He doesn't like onions. I don't know why he even tried it. And so me being younger, I guess that probably made me think, oh, maybe I'll try it. And then it was love at first sight. So, but I don't remember why that it even appeared in the first place.
That was a historical conversation. I feel very honored to be here for that. I got to tell you, that's history being made on the podcast.
I may have asked it before. I forget things now.
What are your sauce policies? Now, is ordering pizza without sauce? That might be weirder than the rest.
That's
of
just bread and cheese. That's just bread and cheese. Then it's not even pizza.
Yummo.
I would argue that a Big Mac without sauce is not a Big Mac. It's just a double cheeseburger. But I'm a sauce guy. I like to dip my McNugget in the ranch and then the barbecue. Like, I'm gross. I just drink. I love it.
A double layer. Okay.
And I love as a more fan feedback, because I'm really loving this chicken nugget stuff. It's great. It's fantastic.
Well, let's get right into it then.
That was Mike's idea. I think I thought him on it.
This week
What Mike likes to remind me, I'm lucky to be here, so shut the hell up. As Mike says, I don't want to fucking hear about it.
We're all lucky it's Mike's world, and we're just living in it.
Let's jump into it. We did Popeyes this week. Are you familiar with the Popeyes nuggets, Chaki?
I love Popeyes nuggets.
All right.
I'm a big Popeyes guy.
Greg could not find nuggets at his Popeyes.
But do they have
the tenders?
The tenders. I think
fingers,
this should
whatever
be
they
a
call
good
them.
alternative then. It should work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Mike got nuggets. I don't know if I've seen Popeyes nuggets.
I'm going to say something very controversial. The Popeyes nuggets, number one, was the best nuggets I've had so far. Better than McDonald's, better than Wendy's. The coating is the what gives it its advantage. The coating is far superior.
It's almost like a tempura, like it's right, or at least the tenders are.
And actually, with some of the nuggets, for the smaller nuggets, I wondered if there was even chicken in there. And you know what? It didn't make a difference. I think they tried it one time. I think they tried selling just. I may be crazy, but
Long John Silver's finally started doing that. They'd sold the bits.
Well, yeah.
Just like just the crumbs, like just like the
batter. I think they called it batter
so
balls or something like that. Yeah, like fried chicken batter. And some of the smaller nuggets, like I said, I felt like, okay, was there chicken in that one? I don't know, but it was still pretty good. But I went to China Moon for my Chinese.
It is funny. That must have stuck in my head. I made that joke at the Last Supper.
No, I went to China Moon quite a bit early on in the show. It was one of my favorites. And here's the thing: they don't sell nuggets. I don't think it helped my cause when I called up. I said, "Do you sell nuggets?" when clearly the menu does not have them on there.
Secret menu.
They knew they had an idiot on the line. So I don't know if this affected. I got nuggets. Well, you saw the photo, Greg. They call them chicken fingers, but these fingers were pretty stubby, right?
I mean, we can. I'd like to have a discussion someday about what's the difference between a tender and a finger, but nuggets should be completely different in terms of shape. Like we can argue about finger or tender, but
these chicken fingers that I received were very.
Oh, did you not receive them?
They were very nugget-like, and I'm wondering. Well, they heard me ask for nuggets, so did they give me the smallest chicken fingers in the bunch? Like thinking that will satisfy me because they're almost chicken nuggets.
I could clarify the difference between nuggets and fingers here.
Okay.
And that is that nuggets are formed. It's usually ground and formed, where fingers are just like a piece of breast or thigh.
So what's the difference between a tender and a finger?
A
nugget is different.
So sorry. I can't tell you. I'm so sorry.
I think the fingers might be
so
formed.
Confident.
I think the fingers might be formed.
Mike, did you get any sauce with your Popeyes? And they have a blackened ranch sauce there that is fantastic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have gotten
I've had that in the past and I forgot about it. So I went with my old reliable. I got the honey mustard and it was very good. Little spicy even. I used that on the chicken fingers I had. But here's the thing. I don't know if I brought it up last time. That's how we got into the sauce discussion. When you get the chicken nuggets at the Chinese takeout, your sauce options are limited, right? They don't have barbecue sauce. They don't have.
Can I posit why?
Mm-hmm.
Because they know their chicken nuggets kick ass, and you don't need sauce. A lot of insecurity. Popeyes has a list of sauces like this.
Yeah.
I love the thin sweet and sour sauce that they give you usually with chicken nuggets at Chinese places. I think it works wonderfully.
Actually, the woman, when I asked if they had any sauce, she gave me, I guess it was duck sauce, and not in the packets. And what I did was I got some hot mustard, and I sort of mixed them up. Did a little duck hot duck sauce.
Hot duck sauce.
Yeah.
If you ever go to PF Chang's, they'll do that for you right at your table.
Oh yeah,
side.
that's a thing. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I thought I was inventing something, but I guess there
Just
goes
missed
that viral video.
Just missed it.
Don't want to do a viral video for something that has been done for ages. But
Well, how
anyway.
are the China Moon? How are the China Moon?
You know, the chicken was good. It was tender, but the you know, you know, it was very cool. Yeah, I mean, I got more chicken with the Chinese takeout. I paid more. I think it was like $8 for 8. And some of them were pretty small.
$1 a nugget.
wait until you see these nuggets. They're hardly $1's worth. But I would say this was a close match. You know, I don't really. I'll say Popeyes have the best nuggets so far, and Chinese takeout is still acquitting themselves as superior to fast food nuggets.
I agree 100%. The tenders I had were fantastic. They're not. I can't put them above my Chinese nuggets, and even my McDonald's one from 2 weeks ago were curiously great, to the point where I think I just got like the best batch of its generation. Like, I don't see that happening again.
Of its generation.
Popeyes is definitely the closest to the Chinese McNuggets. But even, you know, the problem with their tenders to me is when they're fantastic, but then some of them go through long, like half of them are just tiny strips
batter,
any meat or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so, but I would put Popeyes the closest so far, but still not. Hey, sorry.
Can you recap?
You know how I feel about China and how they should just refocus on their chicken nuggets. So,
yeah, can you recap for me, the listener? Just you've done McDonald's chicken McNuggets, Wendy's was the second one.
Yeah, Wendy's.
Then now we're on Popeyes, right?
Yeah, Popeyes. We're just doing one more, right? We're gonna do Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A next week,
which will probably that'll be a close one too, probably.
And I've got to connect. I'm gonna see if I can work my connect.
I mean, I can't get I don't have a Burger King near me, but if my memory serves, those nuggets are pretty terrible. Like,
they have good chicken at Burger King, I gotta say.
They have good. I love their chicken sandwich.
The long one.
Yes. I've never seen anyone else order that. Do you eat that? Do you get that?
I get a craving for it like once a month.
Yes.
I think Pat Byrne is quite a fan of that. I believe.
I've loved that sandwich all my life, and I've never seen anyone. Now, it's not like I'm spending 10 hours a day staring at people order at Burger King. I mean,
doesn't it come and go though? Isn't it off the menu? So no, it's always on there.
I think sometimes they'll sprinkle in like an Italian one.
Right.
Mozzarella cheese.
And
Italian
parm. They have a spicy one now too.
They accidentally gave me the Mexican one, spicy.
The Mexican one.
Woo. It's got like crushed jalapenos on it. I was like, woo.
Chick-fil-A has an interesting nuggets option that I want to make you aware of, because you might not catch it at first, because they do have a small menu, but they have little things here and there. But for low carb guys like me, I'm diabetic and I need to keep it down with the carbs. They have grilled chicken nuggets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me say, and they're really good. They're pretty good too.
Ooh, I'm
not as good.
I love them.
You love them?
I love them. I'm a big fan of them.
I like to get them as a side, because sometimes I can't do the waffle fries. So you get a side of like 6 or 8 the grilled nuggets. Yeah, you're right. They're great. They taste good. You feel like they're a little healthier. You know, you're light. I agree 100% about the grilled nuggets. I like the grilled nuggets.
And I mean, I feel bad. I hate promoting Chick-fil-A because I think they're a bad company, but I gotta tell you, they have a new sandwich, and it's the pimento honey sandwich, and it is spectacular. I have to say, I love it so much.
I'm going to be spending the $30 at Chick-fil-A next week.
Look, I'm embarrassed, but you guys are giving me a safe space for my fast food confessions. So thank you.
Safe space. I haven't tried the pimento thing. Like, growing up in the South, I was surrounded by pimento, I feel like, but I never had tried it until like 10 years ago, or whenever the year I lived in Richmond. I was like, hey, you know what? Try pimento. But I got a pimento sandwich or whatever. It's like 2 pieces of Wonder Bread and like this much pimento cheese, and I was like, it was too
good.
much.
Yeah,
So I've
that's
been
too
grossed
much.
out. But maybe I'll use this opportunity to try the Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
one.
pimento is kind of like a special thing for us here on the West Coast. We don't get it a lot. When Trader Joe's started selling what they call pub cheese, everyone here
Oh,
lost their minds. People
yeah,
love pub cheese. Now pub cheese is at every party, and I'll just eat a whole tub by itself.
It's like when PBR came to Williamsburg back in the day. Everybody lost their mind.
I get this pub cheese. I don't know who makes it, but it's got a little bit of horseradish in it.
That's the one.
Really nice. Yeah. Do you know the brand of that I'm talking about, or?
No, I buy the Trader Joe's one. That
Okay.
It's Trader Joe's takes existing products and just rebrands
Oh, I
them.
see. Okay.
They make a deal, so it's probably the same one.
Uh-huh.
And I just there's too many cooks in the kitchen. I don't want to ruin your guys' perfect chemistry. I feel like I've already spent too much time.
No, we're gonna keep you for a little bit here. We're gonna talk about some music.
Cool.
You,
Well,
you think I want to look at Mike by myself for the next hour?
You're all both very handsome. So I love this theorem of yours that Chinese places have the best chicken nuggets. I think it's true. And I've been ordering from the different Chinese places now. You guys have inspired me, and it has held up. I want to just throw this out there. I've always thought that the best French fries come from Greek Mediterranean places. That's my theory. So maybe if you guys ever want to do another series, maybe French fries are is the way to go. So that's what
When you say Greek French fries, you mean like fries at a Greek diner, or is there some
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Don't piggyback
I mean,
my brilliant question, Mike.
I mean like a place that
I wrote a note right here.
a place that makes shawarma, falafel, gyros, places like that always have the best fries. That's what I've found in my life.
Crinkle cut?
Yeah, usually they're crinkle cut. But I think it's just they know it's that the oil, whatever oil they use to fry the falafel in to make it super crispy. I think they do it for the fries. You know?
I got fries with my chicken fingers, and they were very good. And they just put them in the bag, so you can see the grease adhering to the bag. So you know, not
Why don't
only
all
are they
places do that? Why do French fry places bother with the boxes or whatever? Just throw it in the bag. Let us see how greasy and great they are.
And it takes some of the grease off, right?
Sure.
McDonald's in France now has reusable plastic fry containers that you're supposed to return to McDonald's.
Really?
Yes.
So people are coming in with their containers in hand.
Yeah, and there's like
more,
a drop.
more,
like
please,
more.
It's like a tote bag, I guess. Bring it back in. I mean, France. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, I've got a Greek place. It's a little bit of a drive, but I'm willing to try this out.
Walked off. Look at
Growing up, I had some great fries at some great Greek diners. So yeah, I would have asked that same question, whether a Greek diner counts. But
that's interesting. I'm going to start poking around that. Can we agree? I think I have also decided the best French fry is the crinkle cut fry.
I'm with you.
When it's done correctly, yes. They can wilt. You know, I've had many wilted. You know, if they put a top on the container and they get sweaty, they're the worst. I think when they get get moist.
I disagree.
Really, you like a wet French fry?
One, you saying the word moist is incredibly powerful. And number two, I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
you like a wilted wet crinkle cut.
So you like the container that that experience with the closed container.
I feel like I was gonna say the opposite. I feel like anecdotally, when I've had them delivered, that I feel like the crinkle cut ones hold better than regular cut ones in terms of the steaming and
there's no fast food.
To it.
There's no fast food crinkle cut fries. Where do you get a fast food crinkle cut fry?
Shake Shack.
Oh yeah, Shake Shack. That's true.
Although we can argue whether that's actually fast food or whatever, but
they call it fast casual. It's a step up. Chipotle, fast casual.
Right.
Taco Bell. I just want to give a shout out for Taco Bell's nacho fries. They're exquisite. They're amazing. They're wonderful. They have a coating on the outside that keep them crispy. Very good.
Have I tried those? I feel like I tried those, but maybe those are something you have to have. You know, I'm just a lazy ass. I just get Uber Eats all the time.
Oh, maybe Del Taco has crinkle cut fries. You don't have Del Taco over there. Oh, you do? Oh, Del Taco has crinkle cut fries, and they're very good.
But yeah, I feel like I've gotten lucky. Maybe only Shake Shack, so maybe that doesn't help my argument. Their fries hold really well. But while I have, let me take a minute. While I have a fellow Burger King long original chicken sandwich enthusiast,
Yes.
Can we give me some credit for a couple of weeks ago getting them to put the cheese option in Uber Eats? I feel like that's my obituary.
Yeah, no, good job. Congratulations. Thank you for that. Did you? I didn't hear the whole story. Did you contacted them?
No. Well,
Okay.
I bitched about it.
I'd love to hear that phone call. You did.
Yeah. They're like, oh, hello, Greg. Again. I was just noticing on the Uber Eats, I was like, why is it not a cheese option? And so I think I just bitched about it on Twitter a couple of times, and then boom. All of a sudden,
Nice.
cheese is an option. Now they didn't reach out to me and say thank you for saving us and our client and our customers, but I feel pretty good about that.
That's really good. Yeah, congratulations. You made a change happen, and I appreciate it. I think I invented when I was a young boy. We have In-N-Out Burger over here. I'm sure you might have had it when you were in town.
I never got to try it though.
I had it in Vegas once.
They serve a thing called animal fries, where they put the cheese and the onions in the special sauce on the fries. And I think I invented those because I used to go there and I used to tell them, hey, can you put some cheese and onions on my fries? And they would. And then one day they told me, oh, we can't do that anymore. I'm like, why? This is when I was 12, 13 years old. They said, oh, corporate, we got a note from corporate saying we can't alter the menu that way. And now there's effing animal fries. Yeah. I think I should get credit for inventing them.
Yeah,
I agree.
They stole your idea. All the best ideas are stolen.
Let me tell you something. When In-N-Out comes crawling to us for sponsorship opportunities, it's gonna be a no-go for me.
No-go.
Sorry. It's called.
It's a good burger. I only had the one experience in Vegas. It was a very tasty burger.
We don't have.
But I haven't tried all these different things.
We don't have Culver's over here, and I've never had Culver's before, and it's
a Midwestern thing, right? Or
I guess so.
I've never been to a Culver's.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay, never mind.
We just got Sonic, and that was a weird experience.
Sonic isn't great food. It's not great food. No. It's great.
It's great at the time, at the moment.
I have to say, after eating today's meal, which was mostly just nuggets and French fries, I came away thinking I had done some damage. I'm feeling like a salt buzz because I think I've reached the age where if I eat a lot of salt, I have a natural negative reaction to it. But as a kid,
like it keeps me up at night if I eat too much salt. If I eat McDonald's, I'm done. I'm up for a while.
I can feel the blood pressure, just building. So that was my sensation after this meal, even though I'm raving about the Popeyes nuggets.
Is In-N-Out your favorite burger?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but I love it. It's its own thing. I don't even think about it like a burger, really. You know what I mean? My favorite fast food burger? It's hard. It's really hard. It might be my favorite fast food burger. I love a quarter pounder with cheese. I don't think you could go wrong with it.
You got Five Guys out there?
We have Five Guys. Okay. I like Five Guys. I like a Whopper. All my friends hate Burger King. I think a Whopper is a good burger.
Oh, I had a customer who would just rave about Burger King, saying that the grilled burgers are superior than the fried burger.
Well, here's the thing about Burger King. It's hit or miss. You could either go to a good Burger King or a bad Burger King, and it depends on the franchise. It's not like McDonald's where everyone's going to be the same and consistent. And that's the magic of McDonald's. No matter where you go in the world, a quarter pounder is going to taste like a quarter pounder. A Whopper might be really bad in Chicago compared to a Whopper you get in Arizona. It's not. There's no consistency in Burger King, and that is their fatal flaw. That's why people hate them.
I'm going to take it even further. I had a Burger King. There was a Burger King within walking distance of me in Bayonne, and I go over there once in a while. And I went in there one time, and I think it's management. So like you can have like a good experience when there's a good manager running the show. And then you can have the worst experience, which was this one experience. I went in there, I almost walked out. I probably should have walked out, but I was like in awe of like the chaos that was going on behind the counter. I'd never seen like such pure chaos on display. And I'm like, wow, this Burger King is off the hook. They don't know they're out of control.
Absolutely, Mike. You know, Burger Kings are like magnets for crazy stuff going down.
Mhm.
I'm another safe space. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I love watching public freakouts on the internet, right? And a lot of them are fast food related.
Yeah, yeah. A
and,
lot
and
of drive-throughs.
a lot of drive-through stuff. Burger King freakouts are very common, and Popeyes actually too. Popeye people are always fighting in Popeyes, always.
Well, that reminds me. Number one, yeah, I feel like my friends have always shit on Burger King. I think I've always liked Burger King a little more because they're mayo based. Like they're one of the few. Like McDonald's, you got to ask for mayonnaise, and it's like a whole thing for a burger anyway. Whereas the Whopper, I love the Whopper, and it's mayo based. But I do remember, I think this was in Richmond too, years ago. I was at a Burger King, and I think might have been the only customer in the place, and the manager decides to have his team meeting. It's like next to me, and like these were like the four craziest, angriest people. Like we all have work meetings. You show up, you nod your head, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, you're the best. You're the best. These people were just, I'm not coming on Tuesday. Fuck Rick. He can come in. I don't give a fuck. His wife can eat my butt. And just 20 minutes, and the manager's like, look, I just want to fuck him, fuck it. I'm going to just 30, 40 minutes of this. I was in heaven. I couldn't, they had to peel me away. It was incredible. And then they're like,
That's
all
the
right.
best reality show. It's like the greatest.
And then, I'm thinking, these people, they're going to kill each other. Like, I'm going to be a witness. And they're like, all right, back to work. And they're like, like
they got it off their chest.
No surprise from their end that this had all happened. They didn't bat an eye. So I think maybe there's something to the whole Burger King leadership. Maybe
Burger King has onion rings. Whether there's onions in them or not, that's to be debated. But at least they offer them. I get them. I'll get the onion rings.
I love a Burger King ring.
They're kind of the opposite in that, other than chicken sandwich, which is my go-to, the burgers at Burger King are generally better than everything else at Burger King. Whereas McDonald's, I feel like everything else is better than the burgers. Right? Like
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a good value meal at Burger King too. The rodeo burger. It's $1. It's great. Do you guys have Jack in the Boxes near you?
No.
All right.
That's another one on the list.
Okay.
Now,
I have Checkers now.
I've never been to a Checkers.
You guys got Checkers near you?
I want to so bad.
They're good. The Big Buford.
Another one that I've always wanted to go to.
That's a good burger, Greg.
Buford?
Oh,
Big Buford. I think there's mayo on there too. Maybe not. It's a
really
good burger.
The other wish list, the bucket list one for me that I've never been to is Bojangles. I would love to go to a Bojangles.
Let me take my hat off while I'm talking about Bojangles. Let me tell you something. I've always loved Bojangles. They've been on a run over the last year. I've ordered 5 or 6 times. And again, it's delivery, so you expect it's going to be 10% not as good or something, These biscuits, these beautiful people from Bojangles have been sending to me, have been off the charts incredible. I don't mean to rub this in your face because you haven't gone to Bojangles, but to the point where I found myself ordering it like once a week just to see. I'm like, there's no way they can keep this up. Like, I just wanted it to get to its natural end. And then Bojangles has the best fried chicken and the best biscuits. Get yourself some Bojangles.
I can't wait.
I don't know how far
one of these days, I'm going to go to a Bojangles.
Yeah. I remember when I moved to DC, because they'd almost gone out of business. Like, they were kind of saved about 10 years ago. And I just moved to DC, and I'm getting off the train at the Union Station, and I see someone with a Bojangles box. And I'm like, and I was like, and then I saw another person, and then another, and I'm like, oh shit, there's one right here. And then I was like, this is going to shave a couple of years off my life. But if you ever get near a Bojangles, run.
Yeah, the closest one to me is in Dallas, Texas. It's quite a ways away.
I'm surprised there's one that far out because they're very, southeastern. I'm surprised when.
Yeah, once you get past.
Were you born and raised LA? So you're very.
Yeah.
West
Once you
Coast?
get to Montana, they're everywhere, it looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
Bojangles?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm LA. So we were, In-N-Out's very important to us out here. It's a point of pride out here. And we people out here love their Carl's Jr., which is Hardee's, where you're
Hardee's.
at it. The same menu though. And Carl's Jr. has gotten so expensive. You have to be a millionaire to eat there. I think the cheapest burger is $9 to $11. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
It's not fast food anymore.
That surprised me. Yeah. Yeah. And Hardee's is one of those. Anytime you see a list of like, dear God, don't get any of these burgers unless you want to drop dead. Hardee's has 9 of them. You know?
Oh, like you mean the list that are like the most caloric.
Right. Yeah. Like,
okay.
Please,
They
dear
always
God,
say the
stay away from these
awesome
burgers.
blossom is the worst thing to get, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's always the Cheesecake Factory, and then wherever the awesome blossom is coming from.
Outback Steak.
Outback. And then Carl's Jr. / Hardee's. It's always. I haven't been to Hardee's in 100 years.
I went to a Carl's.
There is a worry about In-N-Out Burger because I understand West Coast people they love their In-N-Out, and they get a little too much where you start to worry, like, I don't know, they seem to be trying too hard, but the evidence seems unassailable. So,
well, we have the edgy people out here who there's an In-N-Out backlash, like, controversial opinion. Actually, In-N-Out is not that good. And then there's an In-N-Out backlash.
It's a way to get attention, right?
Yeah, it's like saying you don't like the Beatles.
Yeah, right. Yes, I don't like pizza.
Like, wow, you're great. Let me rethink everything I've ever thought before.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it dawned on me yesterday. We've gone so long with the Hallmark movie backlash, where it's like, how many parodies of a Hallmark Christmas movie can we see at this point? It's like, I get it. We all made the same jokes 10 years ago. Where's the backlash, backlash, whatever for that? Like, if I had $100 billion, I'd make what you'd think is a parody of a Hallmark movie, but just a straight on Hallmark movie. I feel like that needs to be the backlash to the backlash.
Will Ferrell made one.
Ugh.
No, Lifetime movie, kind of same.
Oh, yeah. But
well, speaking of the Beatles, which Chaki just mentioned,
but you're 100% right though. When people say that, like I'll joke that about West Coast people, they're a little too much with it, but I'll be shocked if when
you kind of said it last week, Greg. You kind of did that thing last week where you're like, Beatles, Stones, actually the Kings. You were kind of that guy.
Well, yeah, but that's because I'm right in that case. But like, I'll give y'all a little shit, but I do know that one day when I do have an In-N-Out burger, I'd be shocked if I don't absolutely love it. So
I don't think you will. I think you're gonna go like, it's the hype, too hyped.
Well, yeah, it's hard to live up to that. I mean,
but I feel like I know that, so I can kind of try to remove myself from it. Like, I mean, it's hard to believe it's not a great burger. I mean, that many people can't be that wrong. So I'm bummed I didn't try.
Do you go into ecstasies over the Shake Shack burger? You one of those people?
That's my favorite.
That's your favorite? That's your number one now.
I'm gonna get that today now. I'm inspired.
I was going to ask, they have Shake Shack out there now?
We just got them in the last decade or so. Now they're popping up everywhere. So I'm really happy. But did you finally? I was actually very inspiring how you were avoiding listening to the Now and Then until you got your record. Did you finally listen to it?
No, I was.
Haven't gotten it.
Still haven't gotten it. Exactly. Did you get it?
What's going on at Apple Record? I didn't buy it on vinyl. I just clicked the YouTube as soon as it came out.
Yeah, I made a big point. I'm like, I'm going to buy it from the actual Beatles store. I don't know why I feel compelled to
This is why Apple Records failed, because they've just always effed up like this.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, please take my money, and they're like, easy. And so it's been what, 2 weeks now? So I refuse to listen to it until I can hear, have the moment that on my. Now
I can't believe you still haven't listened to it.
I know.
He hasn't gotten it.
I'm gonna give them actually no, I'm wrong. I got a notice that I have a package, so fingers crossed when I get home, it'll be there. Because
there you go.
It's been a while. Like, it's Paul McCartney picking up the phone and putting out the orders. Come on. So,
well, I made mention. I was talking about the reissues of the Red and the Blue albums and how expensive vinyl records are now. But guess what? Guess who broke down? Didn't get the vinyl. Didn't get the vinyl.
Oh, nice. Nice. I listened to them on streaming, and I A and B'd them with the old mixes to the new mixes.
It turns out I no longer have the albums, which I've talked about how it has nostalgic value, but apparently I have it so much nostalgia for it. I apparently traded them when I was a teenager. So
no, you are cold, Mike.
I don't have the records. When they first came out on CD, my friend bought them and I did a burn. So I still haven't. This is actually the first CDs I have of these albums now that I paid for.
Is there good liner notes and pictures and stuff in the CD?
Yeah. It's a nice package. The usual record geeks are, they've got things to complain about. They're all remixed. So everybody goes nuts about the remixes when a Beatles thing comes out. And I guess these are the first stereo remixes of the early Beatles stuff, which I guess was just in the mono. So now, is it good? And they're all flipping out over different things. They're saying there's too much bongos in some song.
May I ask where you read this stuff? Or is it on the Steve Hoffman forums?
No, I'm a fanatic with all the record nerds on YouTube.
Those okay, cool. Okay.
Do you know Norman Maslov? He's very popular.
I'm not familiar, but I read these old message boards. Message boards are when I came up in the internet.
Yeah.
The Steve Hoffman forums are where the audio files talk.
Oh, I think I've heard that name.
The greatest.
Yeah.
It is the great. They argue about the dumbest stuff.
Yeah, but I rather the 15-minute video. There's a guy in Germany I like. His name is Michael 45 RPM. He's got these really cool glasses.
You should have a YouTube channel where
I've been watching all these guys, and I'm thinking of doing sort of a parody. I know what to goof on with these guys, because all you have to do is just go on and on about the least important detail about a record. That's what they do, and it's maddening, but I can't stop watching. So it's on me.
I get sucked into watching. Not sucked in. I like it. There's one guy in particular. They totally recreate Beatles songs, like instrument by instrument, and it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I know that guy. Yeah, he's incredible how he does it.
Yeah.
He gets the Hofner bass sound was
everything.
Perfect.
It's unbelievable.
And here's the thing, without even thinking about it, I realized that I have all these remastered Beatles. This is actually the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, the songbook.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get this?
No, I have that. Yeah.
Oh, it's this sounds great.
Yeah. Totally.
That's a great remastering they did. Then of course this, how many songs? How many songs? There's 27 songs on this thing, so there's only a few more, I guess, on the Red and the Blue.
Why'd you get
a lot of people like this as well?
I love that. I think
this is
great.
really nice.
Yeah.
Have you heard this one, Greg?
Of course. That number one thing was huge.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it sold a gazillion.
Yeah.
Now, why did you get CDs instead of vinyl for the Red and Blue?
Because the vinyl was $75 a pop.
Mm-hmm.
Or the CDs?
The CDs were like 25, 20, 20 something. Yeah, it wasn't $30.
Right.
So
I can't remember the last time I bought a CD. Like,
yeah, I'm one of the last, and actually, I think I'm trying to get away from that. I am doing more streaming. I actually got like a nice streamer. I mean, which
CDs
is like
cool. CDs are cool. Stick with it. Who cares?
Well, I didn't get rid of them.
I left all mine sitting in Brooklyn when I left. I was like, I'll never need these because everything was starting to stream. And
well, I never got rid of them. I still have my CDs.
Pure nostalgia, kind of like that.
Mike, did you sit down with the new mixes and listen to them?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, I can hear, I actually listened to the old burns, I guess the original CDs, and yeah, you can hear the difference. I mean, it's much fuller. you can actually hear some bass in it. Some people were complaining about. I was never like a huge fan of I Am the Walrus. I guess there's some like I'm the Walrus. They're with the outro, with the radio sounds and stuff. I guess
they say everybody smoke pot. Is that what they're saying?
Is that what it is? Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't even
know. Sounds like everybody smoke pot. Everybody.
Okay, yeah. Now that you it does make sense. But they've added songs. So on the Red, people complained that there were not enough songs from Revolver. So you got more Revolver songs on there.
Oh, they added track. I didn't know they added tracks.
Yeah, for these CDs, they added tracks.
It kind of messes up the integrity of the original. Okay, whatever.
Well, my big problem is 3 of them are covers. It's like,
yeah.
Do we need? I understand Twist and Shout is probably more iconic than the other, but like, do we need Roll Over Beethoven on it? And
I thought those. I mean, I thought it gave a good sense of what they were like in the beginning. They were a covers band,
That energy, that methed out cover band energy that they were.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have been fine without them. I mean, I love them when I'm listening to Beatles for Sale when rock and roll music comes on. I love it, but I was surprised that they've made space on these. Like, why rock and roll music instead of I don't have the track listing instead of No Reply? For instance.
Did you get these, Greg, or did you listen to them at least?
No, I've listened to them. I haven't. I don't think I'm going to break down and buy these because all I wanted was the Now and Then thing.
What stuck out to me in the new remixes, I guess I don't know every detail audio wise to these old tracks because a lot of it sounded fine to me, but on the Abbey Road stuff, Something in the Way and everything, and I hear Giles Martin, he brought up the Moog keyboard, which I never really. It was kind of more subtle on the original mix, and it's louder this time, and it's cool. And I never really heard the synthesizer. It's cool to hear the Beatles with synthesizer more prominent. They sound more prog or something, and I really like it. I really like the Moog more in front. So that's something to listen for.
Did you watch the McCartney 3-2-1 thing on Hulu?
I did.
That
was the one thing with Rick Rubin, right?
Yeah. How insane was that? Like, they're unpeeling these layers, and you hear this bass being played, and you're like, why? Number one, why was this guy even putting that much effort into it? Because nobody in 1968 in their car radio could hear.
Right, exactly.
Bass.
Yeah.
But you'd peel off, you're like, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Greg, I don't think he was putting that much effort to it. I think he just does it effortlessly, and he's just that good. And that's how he approaches music, and that's why it speaks to us, because he has that magic inside of him, and that's just how he does things. Well,
that's why no matter how many years,
he's never just played the root note ever.
Right. That's why as the years go by, the Beatles just somehow get better and better. You're like,
it's true.
It's very strange. But that thing was mind blowing when they just isolate his bass, and like you're listening to his bass from While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and I'm listening. I'm like, I don't remember there being a big cello on this. And then it turns out it's his bass, and it's like, nobody can hear this.
Yeah.
But it's that whole thing blew me away.
That was great. I'm surprised it didn't get more attention because it was very good.
Yeah, and like Rick Rubin, he had to do that thing where he had to pretend he had never heard these stories 1,000 times, which is,
Well, poor Paul has to say these stories 1,000,000 times, and he's such a champ because. All right, here we go again. Here's this effing story.
He's like, I woke up and I dreamed yesterday, and Rick Rubin's like, what?
I'm like, and Rick Rubin didn't even have enough respect for Sir Paul to change out of the clothes he just rolled out of bed in. It's like, I mean, it's like, I think his balls were hanging out in one scene. He's got these shorts on. I'm like, is he flopping out of those shorts? I mean, for God's sakes, put some decent clothes on for the man.
SNL should have done a sketch where it's the two of them, but McCartney shows up in like nut hugging shorts. They switch clothes. McCartney's sitting there, cross-legged with his balls hanging out.
But we were talking about the show, even after all these, revamps of the Red and Blue. Greg, well, you say you didn't think the cover should be on there. Are there any other songs you would knock off? I think we've discussed Yellow Submarine. I would knock off.
I mean, Girl and Michelle, I still don't understand why they're on.
But well, they're great songs. That's why.
Nah.
But you'd prefer Obla Di Obla Da? Come on.
Over those two, sure.
Oh my God. No, I throw Obla Di Obla
and
Da.
years, for years and years, the Blue album or the Red album was the only place you could get what song, Greg? Do you remember?
Ooh.
Anyway, it was important because it was the only place to get this one non-album.
Paperback Writer wasn't easy to get back then.
But yeah, okay.
Which one are you thinking of?
I'll look it up. I forget, but that's why like they were important to collectors, was there was the only place to get some of these non-album tracks, right?
But now I feel like we all have access to them all on Spotify or whatever. So I'm happy they're releasing. I'm happy they're doing it, but I'm not running out and buying them. It's like fine, you know.
Any songs after? Have you looked at the lineup on these two albums, what they added and so on? Is there anything that you still think should have been included? Somebody was, and I agree. Somebody was saying that Rain should be on here.
Yeah, Rain should be on there.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I
like listening to the albums. That's how.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, people are used to the albums. People are used to the American versions. If you go way back, people who bought those albums.
I don't think Old Brown Shoe needs to be on it. Why is Old Brown Shoe on it?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that song.
That's such a throwaway nothing track to me,
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's on here? They threw on here, Hey Bulldog.
Right. Which people don't like that track. I think it fucking rocks.
It's all right. I it's okay, but if I'm gonna take an animal based song from the White Album, I'd go with Rocky Raccoon.
Really? I like Piggies.
Piggies. Blackbird made it. Blackbird made it. So they got two of the animal based White Album songs.
Baby You're a Rich Man is a non-album track too, right? They should have thrown that on there.
Yeah, I heard that on that Yellow Submarine songbook thing. Yeah, that's a lost classic.
Totally.
That could have been on there.
It's all too much. I would have loved to see them blow that song.
God, I love that song.
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine's good.
Yeah, true.
She's Leaving Home. I don't know if you guys have heard the mono version of that. Actually, you always hear people talking about mono versus stereo, but that case, I think Sgt. Pepper's mono is kind of the way to go, and She's Leaving Home on in particular is really great on the mono version.
I've never really been able to do the mono stereo thing. Like maybe I have shitty ears, but like I'm not good at A/Bing these things,
Yeah, I bought the stereo box set when it came out. I didn't buy the mono, but my buddy, Mr. Sharpling, had the mono, so I burned his copy.
Here we go.
Little name dropping. Little perk from the best show. Yeah, I got to burn his mono box set. But that's when I first.
Oh, now he's going to get arrested.
Piracy is ruining the record industry, Mike.
Yeah, people burning CDs. That's another lost art, right? But
even some of the surprise to me is that I saw her standing there as on it, but that surprised me that it wasn't on it before. Like,
yeah, that was kind of a surprise to me as well. It seems like that's one of their iconic songs. I would think. I was surprised. Yeah,
I would have put "Please Please Me" on it.
It won't be
long. It is on there.
Please Please Me.
It is.
Yeah, it's always been on there.
All right, sorry. See, I was right.
But
like the White Album, there's still only how many songs on there from the White Album? It's not a lot.
The White Album.
I mean, they were so.
Oh, they added "Dear Prudence," which I think that's a good move. They put "Glass Onion," which yeah,
I live without it.
Yeah, I could have lived without that one.
Chaki, do you have a favorite Beatles album?
Me? Abbey Road.
Abbey Road, okay.
My favorite.
Have you gotten all the reissues, Greg? I mean, they've done Abbey Road, Revolver,
White Album.
White Album.
I haven't gotten the Abbey Road one. It's actually this is going to be controversial, but somehow something has to finish last. Not last, but like Rubber Soul and Abbey Road are like two of my least favorite Beatles
Oh,
albums.
God.
Now they're still A's, you know, but people get upset when I say that. Like, I mean, you could tell like they were so desperate to shove as much of Rubber Soul onto this damn Red Greatest Hits thing. But what's your favorite part of Abbey Road?
The side 2 medley.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
it invented prog rock.
it's the fireworks.
I
Yeah.
mean, I love the first album, which is Please Please Me, the first, and then I love the last album. I think it's like, wow, this is the greatest band of all time if you listen to those two things. Now, I'm not sure. Did you guys watch Get Back?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. I think it's my favorite movie ever made.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just annoyed now. I'm like, well, if there are 60 more hours, fucking give it to me. Like,
I'm ready for it.
I'll pay you $100 or whatever if I must. Like, why?
Yeah.
You know?
I guess I'm not as fanatical that, of course I was going to watch it, but I'm not going to probably ever rewatch it.
Me neither. I saw it once. I never got to have to watch it again, but I loved it.
But Greg is like living. He was living it. He was blogging it. He was in his element, and good for him.
That's what is very unique. I mean, wow, here comes a compliment about the Beatles. They do have a knack for doing these things. Like I remember when the anthology came out, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe we all get to in this world celebrate this amazing thing. We're all watching it. It's all happening. And then I thought the same thing with Get Back. I'm like, I can't believe 50 years after this band is still giving us stuff. Mm-hmm. And now I feel the same about Now and Then, although they don't seem to want to give it to me. You're just
I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated we can't talk about it. I'm so
I know. Man.
It's growing on me. I think I kind of dismissed it early on.
I mean, I don't have high hopes for it as a song. It's like whatever, but
it's one of these songs you hear it immediately, and yeah, it doesn't sound like a Beatles. That's number one. It sounds like a modern song. It doesn't sound like a Beatles song. You got the voices there, the voice, John Lennon's voice, but they've layered on all this other stuff that is, it doesn't sound like that era. But
there's an ad campaign for it out here on the West Coast. I don't know if you guys have the same ad campaign. I'm sure you do, but it's on the bus benches and the bus stops.
Wow.
Where it says, and I feel so embarrassed that I'm such a sucker for advertising campaigns, right? It's like, it's not my fault I live in a capitalist society. I was born here, okay?
We're all human.
It looks like the White Album. It's just white background. And in the White Album font, it says The Last Beatles Song. And it just has the tape that says For Paul on it. And it like really gets me every time I see this stupid, it's very effective.
It's like, I know I'm more of a sap than Mike when it comes to these things, but yeah, when it comes to this, okay, this is it. I'm all in. I'm going to cry. Waterworks. If
you got to film yourself crying when you first play it, you go drop the needle.
There you go. Yeah, that'll be a viral video.
Whoever the first 10 people I see out on the street, I'm hugging. It's just a beautiful, to the point where like, I'm sure it's not going to be a song I love, but I'm just so happy and grateful. And it's like, so now I'm like, well, what are they going to do in a couple of years to top this? Like to give us a little more, another boost.
Well, I've already hinted at this. I mean, I read an article where it said that they couldn't fix this. They couldn't fix this song when they did the anthology.
Yeah.
But that there's another song. They don't even give you the title. But there was another song. There's another song.
Give me the title, but shit. Now
it was rejected. It was just rejected. They say. So there is this other unknown song that, like, well, you're just going to throw that out there that it was a song rejected. What was this?
Well, then, like I said the same thing last week. Like I'm all in for this being the last one. Let's all hug and cry. It's amazing. But like Peter Jackson saying stuff like, I think we have more lying around. That's going to annoy me.
Well,
but I may have to cut them off if I don't get my 45 in the next day or two. So, Paul and Ringo, if you're listening, do the right thing. That's all. I would hate to fire off a tersely handwritten, salty email.
Dear Apple Records.
Dear Apple Records, you screwed me again.
I want to get to something I saw in the news. I'm going to call this segment Nudes in the News.
Nudes in the news?
Yeah, nudes in the news. I don't know if you guys saw this story out of Florida, of course.
Of course.
There was
Naked alligator.
No. It was a couple was arrested for lewd behavior. They were having sex in public on a causeway.
That's not lewd.
Sarah Fazekas, 55,
Nice girl.
and Robert Clerk, 60, were discovered fully nude on top of one another. But here's the thing. I'm reading this article. They were charged with lewd and lascivious exhibition. The guy turns out to be a former Department of Defense employee who was
Skunk Baxter?
No, that's what I was about to say. Was it Jeff Skunk Baxter?
he pleaded guilty for having child porn on his computer. So he's on the registry down there. But there was one little line, and this is all I need. I don't ask for much from life. I just look for the simple things, the things that'll make me smile. A witness described the horny fornicators, the encounter, as crack to sack, going to town.
Wow, that's colorful language.
Crack to sack, going to town. And I'm like, you don't even put this guy's name in the paper. You just say, some anonymous witness came up with that. I'm calling this guy the William Carlos Williams of the Causeway.
Burn.
No, that's a compliment.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I miss, where were they found? I missed that in the beginning.
They were planning,
At a Burger King?
No. On the Causeway. Hi, how are you? There's something going on with the curtains.
Oh, here comes Yoko. I knew it.
You have to introduce who is this, Chaki?
This is my friend PK. I'm on the road right now, and she's letting me stay at her apartment.
Hi,
Is
PK.
it a burglar?
How are you?
Blank if it's a burglar. We'll call help. Is this a person currently breaking into your apartment?
This is Greg and Mike.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
This is a podcast about eating.
Oh, I love it. It's
Everybody
like
loves eating.
eating, sleeping, pot.
Yes. Very niche demographic.
I
Beatles. It's like that's
Right, Beatles, food, air, earth.
all right. So sorry, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt.
didn't realize it was a.
We were
It'd be
just
great if
talking
you
about
came in and started screaming at you. Clean this fucking place up. What is this, pigs? Throwing wrappers everywhere.
No, I was just talking about the William Carlos Williams of the Causeway in Florida. Crack to sack, going to town.
There's your episode title right there. Crack to sack.
So concise, so accurate.
I've never seen you this wistful.
It's the poetry. It affects me. I don't talk about poetry very often, but when I see it in a newspaper article, it just hits me.
Who's your favorite poet, Mike?
Who's my favorite poet? Actually, William Carlos Williams, I kind of like. It's a New Jersey guy.
Yeah, of course.
Whitman has some good stuff. Another Jersey guy.
Can't you just be honest and say Bruce Springsteen is my favorite poet? Why are you even doing this? Facade, charade.
For the highbrow. Yeah, we like to go high, we go low on this show. I like to try and do both in one story, which is what I tried to do there with that story. The high and the low.
I'll stick to the low.
Okay. What about this guy? This is old news, but we haven't gotten to it yet. The guy who's from California, actually, Chaki can weigh in on this. Some CEO, Taylor Offer, ever heard of him? I guess he does clothing or something. Apparently, he went into a deli in New York and ordered a bagel, and he asked him to scoop it for him. And
I have thoughts.
I've heard of it.
The counter guy's response is, I'm not scooping your fucking bagel, bro.
He asked for a gluten-free scooped bagel.
Okay, yeah. But
I have a controversial opinion on this, and
Okay.
I'm pro scooped bagel.
okay.
Not only are you getting less calories, you're getting more cream cheese, and
Mhm.
I like cream cheese, so I
Okay.
think scooped bagels are good. And also the outside of the bagel is where all the flavor is anyway.
Mhm.
So I'm a pro scoop bagel. This is
Okay.
people hate. It's like people hate. It's a sign of avocado. It's like avocado toast, right? People are like,
It's a
it's a
trick.
sign of
it's a trick
yuppie or
Yuppie.
of the
Yeah.
of rich people or something. But no,
Uh-huh.
I think scoop bagel is a culinary delight.
Mhm.
I don't really. The thing about the scoop is, I don't really know the scoop thing. I don't have an experience in it, but I do know that there's been complaints over the last 2 decades that New York bagels have gotten so big and bulbous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not shocked that people want to start scooping out
Oh,
the.
I can barely finish a bagel now. It's filling. It's huge. But here's the thing: if you don't want so much bagel,
Don't get a goddamn bagel.
eat a half today and eat a half tomorrow.
Who's going to do that? Who can do that? Come on, it's like, oh, if you want
Do
to
you have a
open
refrigerator?
up the bag and eat a chip and put it away. Come on,
Do you
Mike.
have a refrigerator? Do you have access to a refrigerator?
My friend PK, who worked at a cafe making bagels for years, brought up a good point, and that's like it's the sense of entitlement to make the poor worker do more work for your bagel, and I understand that.
We like making people work harder. That's true. and the idea that they get paid so shittily just adds a little cherry on top.
Oh, would you say?
And then don't tip.
Would
Right,
you say
and then
the
I don't
scoop?
tip just to.
Would you say the scoop bagel is the norm in California?
No,
It's not. Okay, all right.
not at all. I think a scoop bagel is very rare in life. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, people give me shit. I mean, as much like my old job, we always had Bagel Tuesdays, and people thought I was an alien because I would just put butter on my bagel. Because they'd come in with 2 billion different types of cream cheese, every flavor. I don't like cream cheese, every flavor in the world, and they'd watch me put butter on mine, and it's like I'd farted in church. So
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just it's a goyim thing. So is blueberry bagels, right? They're not supposed to be sweet, and you're supposed to put cream cheese on them, but it's okay. It's just not Jewish tradition to have butter and a sweet bagel, which is fine. But you can do whatever you want with your food, Greg. That's what this show is all about, baby.
that's right. Let me live my life, damn it.
Here's
Let him live.
Do you hear that, Mike? I'm gonna be me.
Here's another food in the news item.
Favorite guest ever.
Another viral video on TikTok from it happens to be down in Florida again. Pizza J Ryan.
Alligator starts clothing line, loses $2 billion.
This guy, I guess he works at a pizzeria down in Punta Gorda, Florida. Brooklyn Joe's is the name of the pizza place. And he does a video where he literally shows he's slicing up the pie. But what he does is he slices like this thin strip in the middle of the pie. Then he takes, have you seen this video?
I've seen it. I know
Then
what you're
he
talking
takes the 2 halves, puts them in the box, and then continues to slice. And then he eats that little thin strip. You saw it, Greg? You're nodding.
Well, I've seen that. I didn't know it was one guy at a restaurant. I've seen people do it. Like, here's a pizza hack. And man, my brain about fell out of my skull. I was like, that is so fucking brilliant. I can't wait.
It's brilliant. But you're getting less pizza. It's not brilliant.
Well, I'm saying, I don't know about it as a company, but like if a pizza shows up and I'm waiting on my friends, maybe I'll try that next time.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, now people are saying they're not going to get their pizza sliced after seeing that video.
I'm so glad you brought this up, Mike. The TikTok food stuff, because there's been something I've been wanting to tell you for weeks.
Okay.
And I gotta get on the road. But have you tried the TikTok viral Jersey Mike sandwich, Mike?
No, I haven't heard of this.
It is incredible. It is life-changing. So you get the number 7 turkey and provolone, right, Mike's way. Then you add extra mayo, and you add the red cherry pepper relish and pickles, and boy, oh boy, this has gone viral on TikTok, everybody. Right. This has taken the nation by storm. I highly recommend the TikTok Jersey Mike sandwich.
That sounds really good. I've never had that pickled relish.
I always think about it. I can't
I
stop
never-
thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't even remember even seeing pickles. But so
Um,
it's the mayo, pickle relish, and pickles. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
but
I
you know what?
get.
I
Go
what do you
ahead.
get? What do you get? I want to know.
I get the roast beef with provolone and the mayo. The mayo, their mayo, I don't know what it is, but it's very tasty.
It is. It has that zing to it. So I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get the TikTok Jersey Mike. I'm gonna get a long Burger King chicken sandwich. I'm gonna go get the grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
I thought I was keeping that goddamn chicken sandwich at Burger King in business myself. So I'm happy.
You and me both, and Pat
I'm
Byrne.
so happy.
Pat Byrne, yeah.
Do you have anything?
I'm sorry. I have to jump, guys. I'm so sorry.
All right,
This
that's
was
okay, Chaki. Thanks for
such a
joining
pleasure
us.
and honor to get to hang out with my favorite guys.
And
This is
everybody,
so awesome. So thank you so much for having me.
yeah,
Let us know what we can help you promote or anything.
yeah, I'm always helping them. Yeah.
Oh, I have a podcast. It's called Old Movies for Young Stoners, where classic cinema is a gateway drug. No, marijuana is a gateway drug to classic cinema. That is our tagline.
Oh.
And I've been watching. It's these old guys make me watch these movies because movies kind of starts for me like in 1965, Night of the Living Dead. I don't really know noir pre-code stuff,
Right.
but I'm learning about it now, and I really like it, and I want to see the really stony, trippy old stuff, and that's what we talk about. So I'm really excited. Old Movies for Young Stoners. Subscribe to it anywhere you get your podcast.
Definitely, and I want to be on it. Have you done Murder My Sweet yet?
No, I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, but put me down for that one.
I just watched this one called Impulse, starring William Shatner. I really highly recommend it. It's
I don't know that one. Okay.
All right. See you
Take
guys.
care, Chaki.
Hey, but thanks for joining us.
Of course. And Greg, keep not eating sauce.
Amen, brother.
Take care.
Take care, man.
And then there were two. But
Very nice.
great guest appearance by Chaki.
Great appearance.
And
how great is that guy? I mean,
yeah.
People show. I mean, I don't know like you do, but shows up, you get a little smile on your face, right?
He's just got the energy. He's got the positive energy. Maybe the flip side of me, but he's always going. He's a musician for people who don't know in the LA area. He's always playing. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram, wherever, so you can get all the dates for where he's playing.
Yeah. No, I remember when I met him a couple weeks ago, whatever. I was like, man, I wish I had the brains to have that kind of energy when I was that young. Like, you know, because I don't know, I was always so mad or I don't know. It's always a great energy. So we thank Chaki for joining us. Really enjoyed it. I like his passion for food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like people that have a strong stance. So yeah.
He was one of my LA guides. I needed guidance when I was out there. He knows the ropes. He knows the places to go. He was a great guide. I became aware of him on the first Best Show 24-hour show. He was the musical finale. And I'm watching it, and he's singing this song about me. I'm like, I never met this guy before. And it was such an honor.
We should have asked him to do it here.
Now, the Zoom sound is not the best, but
that's not what it's about.
People will find his music.
Well, I'm glad he told us his podcast, but we're editing that out. We're loyal to one podcast only. So.
I'm willing to expand to get the word out there. He may have a completely different audience, and he can have me on there. I can promote Egg Foo. What? You know, you got to
about this Greek fries theory too. I like that.
Yeah, there's a place not too far from me that I could test that theory out.
You know what's stupid that I did today? I was in the cafeteria at work and I had my big old bag from Popeyes. And I'm like, I don't want people seeing me eating Popeyes. I like walking around and look at this fat fuck shoving Popeyes in his face. So I put the bag under my chair, but I noticed 10 minutes later, I didn't mind. I still had my big Popeyes cup. I'm drinking my iced tea. And I started laughing. I'm like, am I really fooling these people?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He sprinted a couple blocks away to get a nice ice cold iced tea from Popeyes. And that's it.
You get the iced tea there?
Yeah.
Is it good? Not too sweet?
Boy, another thing I love is, besides Chaki liking, giving the chicken sandwich some love from Burger King, is knowing that somebody one day is going to have their first Bojangles and still in front of them.
Still in front of me.
I don't want to say I'm jealous, but man.
No, it's still in front of me. I've never been to Bojangles.
That's right. Fuck.
Yeah. Maybe if I ever get myself down to your area.
Oh, let's pump the brakes on that.
We can. Well, what happened to that summer reunion?
Well, I tell you,
I'm still waiting for the invite on the summer reunion.
I tell you who would love to have you is my nephew, heretofore known as that little shit.
Heretofore known as my -- fan.
That's right. We're talking about Thanksgiving plans, and guess what? This I don't want to say asshole says, "What's Mike doing for Thanksgiving?" I was like, you know what?
Hey, yeah, I'll come down. I've got no plans at this point. I mean, it's understood. I go over to my brother's, but
I'm like, your uncle, Mr. Dr. Feelgood Fun Times, is going to be there, and he's like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Loves himself some Mike. So I gotta find a way to drive a wedge. I gotta find a way to mess. I gotta give him some information. I gotta get something.
Drive a wedge.
I gotta make up something about your
what does he love that I might not like?
Freedom, joy.
Uh-huh.
So
I was thinking
very concerned about Mike's Thanksgiving plans.
Oh, was he? Okay. Well, as of this moment, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I thought there might be a slight...
I didn't say I was concerned with them.
I think I talked about this last week. I might, just go for the quiet, hang out over at my friends, watch some football, drink a beer, and maybe we'll have some Jersey Mike's. I'll get this turkey hack sandwich. It sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Although I have to clear the extras with my friends. But
clear the extras with your friends.
Yeah, I mean,
I totally miss.
Well, here's the thing. I got Jersey Mike's a couple weeks ago, but it turns out one of my friends, like you, he doesn't like oil and vinegar on his sandwiches. When you go to Jersey,
I love oil and vinegar on a sandwich.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like an Italian sub. Oh,
yeah,
yes. The sub I get, the chicken sub I get at Wegmans all the time. Oil and vinegar. Oh, yes, please.
So when I got these sandwiches, I had to tell them half dry. I mean, one had mayo on it, so that was covered. But the other one was half an Italian without oil and vinegar. It just doesn't seem right.
No, you gotta have the oil and vinegar.
And this guy's half Italian.
Not the right half, I guess. A couple weeks ago, I usually get this chicken sub at Wegman, and it's fantastic. It's oil and vinegar. And then I was like, I love the oil and vinegar so much. Why don't I get extra? Because they say extra,
right.
But then it turns out they give you an extra pack of it. Like,
oh, okay. Well,
what am I gonna do with this?
Well, you can put it on yourself.
I'm not doing that, Mike. Come on. Plus, it was like a lot of it. Like,
too much effort,
huh?
Well, it's a good bargain then.
Well, plus it was a weirdly shaped. It was like a
weirdly shaped.
Yeah, it wasn't like a ramekin. It wasn't like it was like soft plastic. Like triangle shaped, like you couldn't even just set it aside, open it, and drizzle.
A triangle container.
It was weirdly shaped.
Oh, that is weird.
It's not like you can just sit it here and drizzle on as you want or whatever. It's like once you open this fucking thing, it's like the Titanic, rushing. You got to dump it, and then so I didn't. But no, I love oil and vinegar on that.
All right,
especially Italian sub.
Well, maybe I'll surprise you and come down for Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you who would love it.
just text me the address.
Is Mike here yet? Mike here? Mike coming?
Are we going to do an episode next week?
Oh, good question.
Are we going to honor the holiday?
What did we do last year?
I don't remember.
I'm going to be down. I don't know. I'd be surprised if. Let's give ourselves
maybe we'll take off. I mean, Wednesday, that's the craziest day of the week.
Yeah.
People are traveling, they got to get places.
I have a dinner. We have a dinner.
Okay. Yeah.
Wednesday night dinner. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Well, we've gone extra long on this episode. So
I would like to take a moment. Usually you're the death person.
Okay.
Here. But I just want to say I had a shocking death, fraternity brother of mine. And again, I don't want to paint a picture where we weren't best friends. I literally hadn't seen him in 30 years, just because life happens. And but he was younger than me, but just a super great guy. One of these nice guys. You couldn't dream of a bad thing to say about him. And yeah, he just like hit his head with the martial art. Anyway, just Friday, he's walking around, everything's great, and now he's gone. And it's like, it's just terrible. And then I feel guilty because like I didn't talk to him for most of 30 years, so I don't want to go through all that. But
how did you find out about it? How did you find out about it?
Yesterday, another fraternity brother of mine told me, and it was I don't want to, but I don't want to do the cliched, take a moment to let people know how you feel about them before they die or you die. But it was a reminder. It's like, geez, he was younger than me. He's 48.
Yeah.
And it was shocking. And I'm trying to say nice thing to you before you're dead, but
in a roundabout way.
I'm emotionally a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not being very articulate, but it's just a punch in the gut.
No, when it happens that way, it's always a shock. My high school has a Facebook page where somebody maintains like who died from all the different high school classes.
Yeah.
And occasionally I pop over there, but it's always heartbreaking because I had a similar situation. This great guy I knew from actually I didn't know him in high school. I think he went to Catholic high school, but I'd run into him every once in a while. And such a nice guy. I went to middle school with him, I guess. But then, then I see his name on this list, and it's just like a shock. I haven't seen the guy in ages, but still way too young. And it's kind of that way all the time. So I try to avoid that page, but certain news percolates out, and sooner or later you hear it, and it's like, oh, yeah. But I've reached the age now where, well, I'm in that category where, hey, it could go any day. Did I mention the friend who's going in for open heart surgery?
You'd still be considered young if you drop dead, though.
I could, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You didn't mention if I drop dead, all right, 62, all right, youngish, but not young.
That's shocking.
Yeah, no.
Not tragic, but young.
So my friend is waiting to go for open heart surgery last week. He gets to the hospital. He's in pre-op. He's getting ready to have his chest cracked. Well, his chest was going to be cracked open. The doctor calls out sick. He's got COVID. Let's just call it another day. Call it another day.
Acres?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an emergency. He's not showing any symptoms. Fortunately, it sounds like they're catching this in advance, which is a good thing, but still, to cancel the day of the surgery while you're at the hospital,
that's weird.
I think that's on the doctor now, right? This one's for free. That's what it should be. That should be the rule, right?
Yes.
You're okay with that rule?
But it's not a backup doctor. Well, if you said it's not an emergency, okay.
Yeah, and apparently this guy has a very busy schedule, the doctor, and it was hard to book him. He's got to wait another 2 weeks now. But it's still, come on. Aren't they supposed to be professionals? I mean, is that a very professional thing to do? And I guess COVID's still out there. I'm not downplaying that.
Yeah.
But is COVID now the dog ate my paper excuse for everybody? It's just like, I had COVID. Yeah, let's just think of the thing that everybody's afraid of.
Yeah.
And you
would expect a little more from a doctor.
Yeah.
Like if I did it, you'd be like, fucking
Craig, getting out of something. Yeah.
Cool.
But
anyway. So I'll say it, and it is Thanksgiving week. So because of this, I want, and if it helps inspire other people listening to do it, Mike, I love you.
Hmm.
Glad you're in my life. And I look forward to you being in my life for a long time.
Okay. Well, I want to also say that I love you.
You don't have
Greg.
to do the hand motions like me, Mike.
I love you, Greg. I'm glad that you're in my life on a more regular basis now. I mean,
Yes.
we were in touch, over social media and so on, but this is much nicer. And when I started the show, it was to get back in touch with you. And also, I needed some distraction from my stressful life there for a couple of years. And it served, it did the trick, as they said. I mean, it definitely helped me get through some difficult times.
Mhm.
So I am thankful for you being here and continuing forward on this. This has been a real fun little journey.
This is one of the many things I'm truly, totally grateful for.
Mhm.
And it's cliche, but yes, everyone out there, hug somebody you love tonight.
Mhm.
And yeah, just Jeff, just unbelievable.
Mhm.
So, I don't like to end on a dour note, but
Mhm. Well, that's why
he was a special. I mean, we all have, we go to school with guys and we
Yeah.
like them, but then you kind of drift off. You don't.
Right. Yeah.
He was one of these special guys, and
Mhm.
just a great guy, and he'll be missed. So
Yeah, I completely understand. All right, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. Everybody have a nice Thanksgiving, and
But
we'll be back.
But the comments and the comments.
What are
will
you
be-
grateful for? Yeah, that would be nice. Nice, heartwarming comments for the holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
And if
Hit
one of
those.
those things happens to be me, whatever. Of course, I got to ruin a nice moment. So
And of course, you have to hit the subscribe button and give us a like, and we'll start making the big bucks soon.
thank you, Chaki, special guest.
Yeah,
That was
Chaki.
a blast.
Yeah, we had a good time with Chaki.
We'll list it. We'll post his podcast and let you know what's going on with him. So
Okay.
thanks for listening, everybody.
Take care.